Hey everybody, good morning. I'm Leon Thomas and you're here for NRG This Week. It's a great show leading up to Thanksgiving. I'll be back with NRG President and CEO right after this. It's NRG This Week. Welcome again to NRG This Week. You can watch NRG This Week every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern. If you're on the West Coast and it's 5 o'clock, that means you can watch it live at 5 a.m. But if you don't get up early, you can still watch replays during the week. Let's bring in NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. Mike, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Hey, Leon, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy.
Thanks, you too. Mike, let's talk Thanksgiving real quick. What's your best Thanksgiving dish to cook? What's your number one piece? What do you cook well?
You know what? Probably the turkey, but then all the side stuff, the cranberry sauce and the stuffing and everything else. But I'm grateful and thankful to be here with you, Leon. I am on my cell phone. Had some technical issues, so just thankful that we had the cell phone as a backup. And how about you? What is your favorite thing to cook?
Well, my favorite thing is vegetables,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I'm awesome. I'm awesome at canned vegetables. I am the man. If you don't believe me, just ask me. But also, I'm pretty good at corn on the cob.
I
I
love
put
corn
I
on the
put a
cob.
lot of spices in them, and I call it cob corn. Even though it's corn on the cob, I call it cob corn, and I really like my corn on the cob. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's it for me. Mike, tell us something groovy, new, updated. What's going on with NRG?
You know, I continue to be wowed and amazed. We've recently really exploded internationally, Leon. We brought in a couple of new members in Canada. I've had a lady from Canada. She's been with me 2 weeks. She's brought in 4 new members, and she's got 6 more ready to come in. We have an ultimate referral program. You get an extra month on your membership for each member. We are also going into India in January. Very excited about that, and we are going into Hong Kong sometime in 2023. So the members continue to wow me. I'm thankful for all of them. And we're finishing off the year very, very strong. I've never seen the excitement that I've experienced recently. So I think the international growth is really, we've been manifesting that through law of attraction. And we're going internationally. And who would have thought NRG Hong Kong? Who would have thought that?
NRG Hong Kong. Wow, good for you. Right on, right on. That means that sometime in 2023, that NRG This Week will be seen halfway around the globe.
It's gonna be you're going everywhere, Leon. I'm taking you everywhere, my good friend. Hong Kong, India. It's just gonna continue because the members are fueling the expansion. I've got to throw it back to them. And the lady, I'm gonna get her on the show, Rupali. She just thanked me in front of everybody. She came out of her shell. She was very quiet when we met. NRG helped her gain her confidence. And Rapali, she's a bookkeeper out of Miami. She's helping me go into India. So, it's more than just a networking group. We help people gain confidence, empower them, lead them to, better. We're in a very interesting world, but my thing is to empower people, help them. And, the members like to give back to me because I help them all the time.
Yeah, yeah, right on, right on.
You know,
Good deal. Well, Mike, let's talk some about the guests that we have today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce our guests, and then we'll have our executive producer of the day, Orrin Stewart, bring him on the screen. Tell us about our guest, Mike.
Absolutely. I met Coach Mike Martin at the California Zoom a couple of months ago, and he had just moved to Texas. So we put him in the Houston group. He joined immediately.
Hold on,
Within
wait.
weeks.
We got to stop right there.
Go ahead.
I met him in the California group. I met him in the California group, but we put him in Texas. He lives in Houston. Wait, what?
He was originally from California. So the person that invited him out said, "Come to NRG." And he came to California. In talking with Coach Mike Martin after the Zoom, I found out, Leon, that he had just moved to Houston within, I guess, 2, 3 years. So
Okay.
he goes, "I'm very interested in the Texas marketplace." And by the way, Texas was the first state after COVID that we expanded into. And so forth. I'm still working on Michelle Wilson. I'm going to get her up early for you, Leon, probably in 2023.
Yeah, yeah.
So Coach Mike joins very quickly. He goes, "Mike Weiner, I want to start a group in Katy." So I'm like, and that's Texas. So I go, "Mike, why don't you learn the system, pinball?" He goes, "Fine, I'll start bringing people out." He is one of my top performers as far as bringing new people to NRG. We started Katy, Texas. The group's exploded. Literally almost every week, he has a new member there. He's he's a former vet, one of my older members, and he always talks about that. And I joke with him about, he's got a double AARP card. He's very charismatic. He's got a pain product. Wait till you hear his saying. And he's one of my favorite people. The interesting thing about Coach Mike, we both are of Jewish heritage. We share the first name and middle name. We're both Lee, Michael Lee. So Michael Lee Martin, Michael Lee Weiner. So he and I were like instant friends. Every time he calls me, we're usually on the phone about 30 minutes. So without further ado, I'd like to bring onto the stage, sound like I'm at an Amway convention, Coach Mike Martin. So, hey, Mike, and I know it's early for you. You're central. Leon and I are very appreciative you're aboard, and you know how I feel about you. I'm very excited to have you with us.
Good morning, guys. How are you all doing today?
Good morning, Coach Mike. I'm doing well. Thanks for rising early to be with us. We really appreciate it.
Amen. Yeah, my alarm just now went off for me to get up.
So you beat the alarm up.
That's right.
I was expecting you to go, yeah. I beat the alarm up, but
No.
here, let's try that again. So you beat the alarm up. There we go. So, Coach Mike, I know you because we go way back.
That's right.
But tell them about you and your product. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I'm Coach Mike, coach, consultant, connector. I served in the United States Navy in eras gone by. I'm a Vietnam veteran. Boots on the ground, not on board a ship. I spent 1 year in Vietnam. Unfortunately, I had to drink the water and I got to take showers and that kind of thing. The water was infected with Agent Orange. Agent Orange causes a number of different kinds of issues. Those issues have caused me over the years to seek products that help me with different kinds of pain, PAIN. After spending 50 years in the corporate space in sales, technology sales, I got unceremoniously fired from a job because I was too old. And so at that point, I had already been dabbling with the products that I use, and the products, the company that I represent is called Real Time Pain Relief. It makes what's the word I'm looking for? It mixes together nature's ingredients in certain proportions to come up with unique formulas that help folks to reduce inflammation and swelling. What most folks don't realize that there are multiple number of ingredients out there that from nature, just right off the stalk, right off the leaf, whatever you want to call it, have anti-inflammatory properties. You mix them all together in the right formulas, and it's a real power punch to get rid of the inflammation and swelling. And It's worked for me. It's worked for numbers of different people out there over the years. We have endorsements from folks such as the Professional Bull Riders Association, for example.
Professional bull riders?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those are the folks they get on these live animals and they got to hold on for like 8 seconds with one hand.
You got it. Yep.
Professional bull riding. And check this out. See, you didn't know we were going to talk deeply about professional bull riding here.
I didn't.
Koshé Irby, the corporate vice president of marketing, has been a guest on one of the shows that we produce at the Leon Thomas Group.
Oh, wow.
Koshé
That's
Irby
cool.
is his name. That's right. And he tried to get me on a bull. And you both just laugh. You didn't even wait for the yes or no. You guys just start laughing. What's up with that?
Because I can see I remember when I climbed on the back of a mechanical bull and I went, holy shit, don't turn this sucker around.
Whoa. It's early in the morning here. It's 8 o'clock. Thanksgiving. Kids are watching. Easy.
Sorry.
Easy. So real-time pain relief. Now give me the catch line. I love the catch line. You say it better than me. Go ahead.
The catch line is rub it on, the pain is gone.
There you go.
Rub it on, the pain is gone. It's all transdermal, nothing oral, no chemicals, none of the bad stuff in this stuff. And again, it's all from nature. And the best secret is when you try it, it's a very fast reacting kind of a cream. And usually, sometimes it's instantaneous, but usually within about 20 to 30 minutes, you are feeling something. And if you feel something, it means that it's working. It's real simple. And then so continued use of it will, in fact, help reduce the swelling, reduce the inflammation. It's just a matter of how you use it. So I appreciate that opportunity. And later on, if people can call me, go to my website, that kind of scenario. I have a link that people can call me for a quick 10-minute consultation. And I can lead them in a direction based on where they're at. And it works good pre-surgery. It works post-surgery. And I'm a testimonial for post-surgery. 4 years ago, I had to have open heart surgery. Okay. And what I didn't want to take the oxys, the heavy duty drugs that they always want to give you after you go through surgery. I used it on the wings of my chest. It helped me to heal quicker. I did not use the oxys. It took the edge off. That and some Tylenol 500s. But then I could get off the Tylenols. I didn't have to keep taking them. And continued use of some of those kind of orals will mess up your stomach and your liver.
Yeah, right on. So I tell you what, Coach Mike, I have one question to ask you right now, and then as I'm going to let you and Mike step away. But first, if someone wants to contact you to learn more about real-time pain relief, because if they rub it on, the pain is gone, how do they get in touch with you?
Best way to get a hold of me, phone number, area code 925 323 1093.
1093. That's the best way to get in touch with Coach Mike.
Yeah,
right there on the screen at 925.
Even though I'm an old guy, I know how to text.
Say, even though you're an old guy, you know how to what? Send? Did you say you know how to send a fax? What was that? What happened?
I sold faxes just like Mike Weiner years ago. No, text, TEXT.
All right. So, folks, you want to contact Coach Mike to learn more about real-time pain relief. His phone number, and he said you can text him, is 925-323-1093. That's 925-323-1093. Coach Mike, how did you meet Mike Weiner? How did y'all connect?
Well, I've been here in Houston now. This is October, November. This is my 26th month here in the Houston marketplace. My son preceded me here with his wife and 4 of my 7 grandchildren. I followed them in September of 2020, and because the marketplace was shut down in California, the California governor shut us down. So it was a new opportunity for me. So I'm here. I'm opening up the opportunity here to do that. I got invited by a guy that I was networking with back in California to the San Francisco NRG group. And that's where I jumped on there. And when I saw what happens there compared to all the other networking experiences I've been in, plus I've actually run networking groups. It is a different formula. It's a fantastic formula, and it's one that works.
All right,
and
great.
gets immediate results.
Yeah, I like it. I'm Leon Thomas here with Coach Mike Martin, our special guest on NRG this week. We're also joined by NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. We're going to take a brief 30-second break to tell you a little more about the Leon Thomas Group. Then, when we come back from that break, you're going to see Mike and Mike, Coach Mike Martin and Mike Weiner. They're going to be on the screen and they will talk about their relationship, networking, and real-time pain relief. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Leon Thomas with the Leon Thomas Group. Podcast, virtual events, webinars, streaming shows, and so much more. We want to be your partner in all things virtual.
Coach Mike, I am very excited to have you here today. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You know, what's so amazing about you and me, same first name, same middle name, both Jewish, both handsome and good looking, right? And we both sold office equipment. We did fax machines back in the day. So, you know, you and I met, it developed an instant friendship. You were one of the few that came to me and said, hey, I want to start another group. And if you remember, I said, stay with me a little bit and we'll do it very soon. Why did you come to me and say, hey, Mike, I want to start another networking group? When we started in Katy, Texas, I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. I had no idea where Katy was, but what was it about NRG and our pinball system that made you come to me and say, Mike Weiner, I'm your guy. I want to start a group. Because you've done a phenomenal job. But what was it that you saw that you knew you wanted to ultimately start and run another group?
Well, what I saw, and I had visited a few different groups, but the system was exactly the same in each one. And your dynamic personality really is part of the cornerstone, but the philosophy of using the law of attraction, sharing openly the attitude of gratitude. The more you give, the more you receive. That opens up a lot of eyeballs, because I have sat in networking groups, even down to the little breakout room sessions that you hear about for different groups. And everybody's supposed to be listening to everybody else, but what happens is people vomit on you. I hate to say it that way, but that's exactly what they're doing. They pitch you, and then they never listen. They never listen, and that sort of is the bottom line. There's some groups out there that are, happy this and this, that, and the other, and the paid groups, the unpaid groups, they don't listen. I belong to one group for one solid year. They have many, many groups, and they have breakout rooms. So, yeah, that's a good concept to have little breakout rooms. But every time I engaged, and I would reach out to people, I never got a single reciprocation just to get to know me.
Right. No, I appreciate your answer. So, listen, I wanted to thank you for your service. You've done some tremendous things in your life. I've always admired you since we met. You've got a product that can help people with pain. What does it feel like for you? And I know when you're doing your intro, we can't even get through the meeting. Someone's like, I've used this product, Maurice Werner, and so forth. But what does it feel like for you internally when you know that you can help somebody and the product works? Because let's face it, there's a lot of products out there, Western medicine, it's good at times, but every pill has side effects. And before you know it, someone's on 20, 30, 40 pills. What's it feel like for you, Coach Mike, when you can help someone relieve or eliminate the pain altogether?
Well, for me, it's a fantastic feeling. Being able to share something that I know works, that I've seen it work right in front of my face, literally within seconds of application. That it is a whole different world when you get that sense of satisfaction from being able to help people. For me, it's all about giving. The more people, because eventually what goes around comes around,
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just, the more I share with people, a lot of people come back to me. I got a phone call yesterday. I'm sitting here in Houston, Texas, and I get a phone call from Alameda, California.
Okay.
And it turns out that it's a 70-year-old traveling nurse who's had back surgery and still is hurting.
Wow.
And I asked her, well, how did you hear about me? Well, yeah, I found you on the internet. So there are some good things about the internet. But I had another lady that I had sold some stuff to in Alameda, California. And she says, Mike, I was cleaning out my kitchen drawer, and I found this little packet of a sample. I put it on it, and holy moly, I need a jug of this stuff. And I said, well, how long ago did you see me? Well, had to be several years ago, because they shut down that flea market area that you came to in the parking lot at the junior college.
Right.
They shut that down 5 years ago.
Wow.
So, things like that happen, and that's wonderful for me, because once people try my product, put it on, they know that it works. And
I've got two more quick questions for you. Without mentioning a person's name, what's probably the most intense situation where you've been able to help somebody? And I'm dying to know where you met Leon, because Leon and I go back 25 years. And I had no idea you guys knew each other before. So two-part question, have nothing to do with each other. We'll bring Leon back on when you're done. But what's one of the most intense situations you helped someone with pain? And then how did you and my good buddy Leon Thomas meet? And we'll stop.
The most interesting and intense situations that ever occurred for me is, again, I was in Alameda at that junior college flea market, and a lady comes strolling in. She was in her late 50s, was using one of the little walker thingies, and comes walking in, and you could tell she had a personality, because she opens her mouth and says real loudly so everybody could hear, well, what kind of snake oil you got here? So I reacted by saying, I have some darn fine snake oil. Now, why don't you have a seat? Let me give you a little bit of the particulars. Let you try it, and then you be the judge, and you come back and tell me. Well, we went through that whole scenario. She put it on. I usually, when we do that, I tell people, now go walk around this place for another 20 minutes or so. Come back and see me, and let me know. Give me a report card on how it's doing for you. Well, she didn't come back in 20 minutes. She came back in 10 minutes. She came wheeling in with her little walker. She spun it around. She grabbed my sample bottle, and then she started pitching the product right on the
Wow. That's
just based on what I had told her 10 minutes before. And then she has become one of my better clients and used a number of different things. And it turned out she's got rheumatoid arthritis. She's got uh, 2 or 3 of the autoimmune diseases and stuff. And she uses a combination of my stuff and has to use some drugs because of what her illnesses are. But it's unbelievable that happened. And I met Leon through a different show that I'll tell you about later on.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, I'm very excited to have you here. We're going to bring Leon back in, and thanks for being here. I know you're on Central Time, so it's early, but not as early as California where you used to live. So,
That's
Leon,
true.
I will turn it back over to you, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Mike and Mike. Coach Mike Martin with Real Time Pain Relief and NRG President and CEO Mike Weiner. I'm Leon Thomas. You're watching NRG This Week. We're here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. If you'd like to be a guest on NRG This Week, you send an email to Mike Weiner. His email address is mike@networkreferralgroup.com, or you can give Mike a call at 443-756-9656. So now, Coach Mike and Mike. Coach Mike and Mike, here's a question for both of you. 1 minute answer, please. We'll start with Coach Mike. When it comes to business networking, give me one thing that folks don't do right. What did you call it? They vomit on you, right? So that you're giving a tip right there saying don't vomit. What's something that someone should do? Everyone's planning for 2023. They want to improve their business, they want to increase sales and all of that stuff. Give us a tip, Coach Mike.
The best tip I would tell you is, I'm going to say it in different ways. Number one, the first thing out of your mouth should not be about selling your product. If anything, the first thing out of your mouth should be, how can I help you? How can I help you?
Mm-hmm.
It'll all come around to you eventually, because they're going to then say, because you put them on the spot, they should be asking you, what can I do for you?
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, that's okay. The more you give, the more you receive.
All right. Right on. Thank you, Coach Mike. And Mike Weiner, tell us
Yes,
one thing. What's something that folks should be doing when it comes to networking? You want to improve your business starting in 2023. Give us a tip.
You know what, Leon? When we pivoted and went to Zoom, 99% of my members have their camera on when they're on the Zoom. Some of them, even guests, sometimes they don't. And you really, if you're going to be on a Zoom, have your video on, unless you're driving. But I would pull over. Seriously, I mean, doing a Zoom while you're driving it's like me going on a bull, like you guys were talking about before. It ain't pretty. But you know what? You want to have your Zoom on. You want to show interest. You want to be, engaged. And by having your camera on, you're showing you have a genuine interest in all the other members. When you don't have the camera on, we don't know what's going on. Are you cooking eggs? Are you making your turkey for Thanksgiving? I think with Zoom now, everything you and I've talked, Leon, in some ways there's more effort now than when we used to meet live because everybody can see you at the meeting. Sometimes people are sitting at a regular meeting, they're on an angle, but the way Zoom works, everybody's focused on everybody. So that would be my one tip. Keep your camera on as much as you can. And our members do a very good job with that. But I do see sometimes new people come in, and that would be my advice.
All right. Right on. Thank you, Coach Mike. Thank you, Coach. I'm sorry. Thank you, Coach Mike, and thank you, Mike Weiner, for those tips. And I'm just going to make some quick comments on what both of you said. I can't tell you, Coach Mike, how many times I meet someone, then the next day they call me, email me, text me, whatever me, and they go, want to buy, want to buy, want to buy, want to buy. And I'm like, click, boom. And Mike Weiner, when you say have those cameras on, you got to have it on, but you have to pay attention here, right? And stay engaged in it and not get caught
Right.
with all this little side action. You have to stay focused on it. And since I'm a virtual guy, let me go ahead and offer a virtual tip. When you're on the screen and you are participating in a conversation, this looking directly at your camera creates eye contact, just like we were all taught. Look the person in the eye when you're talking to them in person. Well, sometimes we have a tendency to drop our head down here and make eye contact, and you're really not. You're making semi bald head contact to the rest of the show, and you don't want to do that. So, if I want to make eye contact with everybody, I'm going to do it right here, right there. NRG This Week. We're here every Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving, Coach Mike. Happy Thanksgiving, Mike Weiner.
Happy Thanksgiving, Leon.
Same to you. Enjoy all you're going to have to eat. Save room for that turkey leg the next day, though.
Turkey leg the next day. Right on. Coach Mike, thanks for being here. Mike Weiner, it's always a pleasure to co-host NRG This Week with you. Folks,
Thank you.
thanks for watching. We'll be back next week for another episode of NRG This Week. Take care.